Good evening. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? And welcome everyone. You guys see my shirt? Made a new shirt yesterday. I have a video coming out tomorrow. I'm going to show in one video how I made it, like on the machine and did the rhinestones. And on the other video, I'm going to show you the rhinestone scatter, how I made the scatter pattern. And if you remember, I'm going to have the scatter pattern available to you, and I'll show you where you can get the actual embroidery file. So welcome in. Thank you all for being here. If I was within my first year of doing lives, I'd be a little crazy right now because I just ran in here and got ready, and we'll see how it turns out. Might be good, might not be. But let me start by saying hello. If you're new here, I'm Marilyn. If you are returning, thanks for coming back. On my channel, I do embroidery, sewing, sublimation, bling, lasers, all the things, except 3D printing. I don't do that. Not yet, maybe someday, but welcome in. So I'm going to start by saying hello to people, and that'll just take a couple of minutes and we'll move on, okay? I did have someone one time under a live comment, all you do is talk to people in the chat. It's like, well, that's what my lives are for. My lives aren't tutorials. My lives are to have a good time, have some fun, have some fellowship, and have hopefully a drama-free place where we can all hang out together. So, hello, Rosalind. Welcome. Hey, Karen. Oh, thank you. She said, don't forget to like the video. Thank you. Hey, Robin. Welcome. And Rosetta. Hey, Kelly. Oh, Kelly for 14 months. Thank you so much. I don't have my bell here, but thank you so much. I appreciate that. Hey, Martha. I appreciate everyone that's here. Anyway, hey, Martha Jordan and Sharon Davenport. Welcome. So glad to see you back. Hey, Pamela and Faye. Hi, Donzel. And Jennifer, hey there. Hey, Brenda, retired crafter 22, and Cheryl Green. Cheryl, I think you were the one that posted your freestanding lace in the group. Is that right? I'm pretty sure it was you. We're going to try that tonight. It's my first time to do it. I've never done freestanding lace. So we'll see how that goes. I also want to show you an issue with the design if you get the embroidery design on Creative Fabrica. So you know you might need to do a little bit of surgery to it. And then I have a new sublimation oven with a vacuum press. I haven't even taken it out of the box. We might look at it tonight. I doubt that I use it because I haven't looked at it yet. But we may take it out of the box and just see what's in there. Hey, Faye. Hey, Monique. Hi, Cindy. Welcome. From Gladwin, Michigan. Welcome, welcome. Hey, Crystal. Hey, pretty. 1, 2, 3. Welcome. And Bobby. Hey, Unbiased. And Unbiased helped me with figuring out how to fix this file. So that was nice too. Hey, Creative Notions. Okay, I'm going to start scrolling a little bit. Hey, DB. Hey, Merlinda. Okay. Everybody talking. Hey, Robin and Gail. Thank you. I appreciate it. I didn't make the embroidery design. I just used it to make the scatter fill. But I do want to talk about this embroidery design because it has a few issues. Well, it has a couple issues. Hey, Stacy. Welcome, Cindy. Hey, Terry Hunt. We're going to start scrolling. Hi, Mikkel. Hey, Willie. Let's see, what's this say? Seems to be a trend today. My life started off a hot mess. I'm sorry. Hey there, Rojo Custom Designs. Welcome. Hey, Patrice. Welcome. What are you OMGing? Thank you. Maybe my shirt? Oh, she says, I love your shirt. Thank you. You are the queen of teaching us how to do it. Okay, it was Cheryl. I thought so. I thought so. And Patrice says hit the thumbs up. Thank you. Okay. Hi, Stephanie. Welcome. Okay, I think we're at the bottom. So let me go ahead and just click on another one to get that comment off of there. So yes, here's my shirt. And I think it turned out really cute. So I think before we get noisy stuff, let's look at this embroidery design. Okay. Let me pull up Embrilliance. And then who knows. I'm going to show you a couple things in Creative Fabrica because that's where I got the design and that's where I got the freestanding lace design. So let me figure out how to share my screen. Okay, looks like that worked out fine. Thank you, Merlinda. Thank you, Sharon. You guys will get a copy, or you'll get the template, the bling template for this. Okay, so here's what I'm going to make tonight. This should be pretty quick and easy. I'm leaving for a rehearsal dinner tomorrow that's out of town, then the wedding on Saturday. We're coming home Sunday. I have a meeting here at my house for a long time on Monday. I go back up to Kansas City to a ball game on Tuesday. And I have to have something completed by Wednesday. So I'm not going to stay on here too long. But that's not you guys' problem. So I'm sorry to rant about it. Okay, so here's the freestanding lace earrings. And when you download these, I've already downloaded them, but let me show you. You have all these different types. Now my embroidery machines use DSTs. So let's see. Let's try to open this in Embrilliance. And here they are. Now, this is a pair of earrings, and I think this is a necklace. And I'm not going to be able to see. I have a lot. Yes, Sharon, usually I don't. Yes, I am going to see the Royals. Okay, so this is a pair of earrings and a necklace. I don't want to do the necklace, but notice I can't separate these. So what I'm going to do first, oh, I should have done this before I loaded it on my machine, but it's okay, I can reload it. What I'm going to do first is, thank you. I can't see that far. Let's see, GL2507, thank you. We'll talk about the shirt here in just a little bit. So I don't want to do this necklace piece. So I'm going to go right up here to Stitch Simulator. You can do this in Embrilliance Demo, but you can't save it. You can't save it, but you could see what it would stitch out like. So we're going to click on the Stitch Simulator right here. And then we're just going to drag this. See, I'm going to do one earring first. Then I'm going to do another earring. Then I want to back up. Let's go backwards because I'm going to do a color stop here so that I can isolate it and delete it. So I'm going to go right back to the end of that, and I'm going to click on this stop sign. That's going to allow me to change the necklace a different color, and then it will allow me to delete it. Color, or I could color sort. I could, that's true. Oh, thank you, Brenda. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're going to say stop, and then I'm going to change this. I expected to click over here. There we go. So now that isolated it, and I can just delete it. Or I could put it on my machine, stitch out the others first, and then when it tells me to change my thread, not change my thread. Hey, D. Smith. Hey, Boyd Apparel. But I'm going to go ahead and delete it. Then I'm going to, if I wanted to move these closer together, which would make sense, it would make a lot of sense. Let's do that again. We're going to do an earring. Okay, we're going to go to the last stitch. So what I do is I go to the next stitch. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to say stop, and then I'll change The rest of a different color. It's hard to tell it's a different color, but let me change it to an easier color to see. And you can see they are different colors. That allows me to, if I just click right here, then I can use my keyboard arrow and I can just move it over. And then I'm going to go ahead and go up here to the select tool. Hey Jess, hope you're doing okay. Prayers to you, my dear. Hey Linda Tolbert, and if I missed somebody up there, I'm so sorry. But I'm going to select both of those, and then I'm just going to go ahead and group them together. Really what I should do is go ahead and put this back to the old color. So let's go to palettes and let's just change it back to black. Okay. Now, I always like to put my design in the center. So I selected them and I'm going to say utility and center in hoop. Now I'm just going to save this. So I'm going to save it as a stitch and working file. I really don't need a working file, but I always do. So let's do embroidery, freestanding lace earrings, and I'll save it. Okay, so now what I need to do is put that design on my thumb drive. So with my thumb drive, I need to put a little adapter because it's a different connection than what my computer takes. Hey, Eva Marie. Let's see if I missed anyone. I do apologize. Okay, so now we're going to put that in. Let's hope it fits. It's not going to fit. Why does this always happen? Why do I do this to myself? All right, let's see. Do I have one with a longer cord that I can squeeze past the other adapter? Okay, that might work. That might work. Let's say to allow it. And then let's see if that's showing up over here on my screen somewhere. Okay, I assume there it is. So here is what I want to save on that. So I'm going to drag it up. Then I like to look at my disc to make sure it's there. Here's what I had put on before. I'm just going to do the earrings. It's there. So now on a Mac, you have to drag this to the trash to eject it. If you don't do that, it'll scream at you. Okay, I'm going to clear that. Okay, let's try that again. Trash. And then it goes away. Okay. So I'll put that onto my machine in just a minute. I want to show you something else here though. Hi Sherry, welcome. And Laura, I didn't see you in there, but I see somebody saying hi to you. So hey Laura. Hey Kristen. Kristen, I almost tried to do my Mickey cup today so I could drink out of it tonight for you, but I didn't have time. Okay. So the other thing I want to show you, let me go back. I'm losing my concentration. Here we go. Okay, so that's what we're doing now. Let me show you now my downloads. And here's the design right here. And it is, you have, what are you doing? You have these options and, notice how they're not in order. I'm assuming I did the 5.90 by 7.80 because once I downloaded them, I probably would have noticed that was the largest one, but let's go find it. Okay, now this one says fixed, so that's not the one I want to show you. Here's the original one. I'm gonna open the BE file because it's prettier than the crazy DST file. And let's say open with Embrilliance. And here's how it looks. So let's see. I did the 7 and about 3/4 by 5 7/8, almost 6 inches. All right. So if we go through the stitch simulator, well, first of all, let me show you on this, the density map. So let's let's close in a little. Nope, nope, nope. Okay, that's good enough. Let's look at the stitches, because the first time I stitched this out, I think it's right over there. Let me see. Let me see, let me see, let me see. I'll show it to you when I make my screen larger in just a minute. Except I'm dropping things. Now, I don't have density repair and I don't have enthusiast. So I had to figure out a different method to fix what I'm going to show you. So I tried to fix it on my own, and then I called Unbiased. And she and I talked through some things. I'll show you that in a minute, because I don't like it like that. But if I do the density map, look at all this red warning of how dense it is. And there's two reasons why it is so dense. Hey Gail, okay, I missed part of that up there. I missed the conversation. I hate that. But look how dense that is. Red, which is on the far right side, if you see what I'm circling here, red means stop. It is too dense. Now it'll stitch out, but when I show you later what it looks like, it doesn't look good. So what happened with this file is, if we do the stitch simulator, let me get back to normal. If we do the stitch simulator, I wish that this would move because it's behind. You're going to see, first of all, we have the tree. And the tree was too dense up along this side, if you notice that. This crazy file keeps going. Let me do it this way. It keeps stitching up to the top over and over and over. It just keeps going up there. And so, first of all, this part of the tree trunk is very dense. And it wouldn't have bothered me except that it was already very, very dense up here from those palm leaves. Hey, Rishi. So if we keep going, well, one thing I did to try to fix it was I used the color stops just like I did. And then I would change short segments that were just kept going around and around and around this. I would change those a different color and I would delete those. So that helped decrease the denseness up here. But then when you get to the leaves, every leaf, palm leaf, whatever, starts and ends in the middle. And I could not figure out why I could not change the start and stop point. And then I was reading on it, and if it's a design you purchase, then it's, you probably can't do that. So I called Rachel of Unbiased LLC, and she said, well, do a color stop on one of them, because I was like, maybe I'll do a color stop on all of them and move them apart. She said, well, do a color stop on one of them, move it over, see if it stitches out okay. It did. Hey, Coretta. So here's what I ended up doing, and this won't take too long, but if you do this shirt, I want you to see what you could do. So I did the first palm branch. I did it the long way. Another way I could have done is just stopped there. I could have copied and pasted this for the whole thing, but I'm hard-headed, so I put a color stop, and I just changed it a color. It doesn't matter what color. Okay? So then, if we keep going, the second palm leaf, I don't even know what you call those. I don't live where there's palm trees. So I wait for it. Doop, there it is. Let's go back one stitch. And let's say stop. We're just going to change another color. We'll just go back and forth between green and tan. Then, okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. Let me go forward a little ways. So this takes a little extra time, but it made a huge difference. So what am I on now? Tan. And we'll do this a few more times. Let's see, it's right there. Have you guys used this feature for much? Like to be able to edit the designs? Okay, let's go back one. We're going back to green. And let's see. One thing on this tree is, and I'll show it to you here in a minute, there's the first leaf it does is tied in with a piece of grass down below. So you do have to take that into consideration. Yes, I have on a few. Okay. I can't edit. Bobby says I can't edit. A little bit. Oh, what'd that say? Prawns? Kristen, was it prawns? Hey, Visionary Creations. You haven't, but you will. Yeah, it can be really helpful. Okay, so now we're going to move back to this side. Whoops. Oops, I'm going forward. I want to go backwards. And in the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to move these apart because each one of these was ending in the middle. And you have a better way to do this. Please tell me what it is. But each one of these ends in the middle. And then it's just super dense right there in the middle. And then you add the tie-offs to it. And it was just extremely, extremely dense. Okay, let's see. I think I only have one more after this, don't I? Hopefully. I know this is boring. Okay, yes, one more. And then I do need to show you something else in case you do this file. Okay, let's go. Is there one more after this? Or is it going to go down to the sand? Now I don't know what color I'm on, so I'm just going to pick a crazy color. All righty. Let's see there. Okay, so let's see where it went after that. Because when you do a color stop, it changes everything beyond it that color. So see, now the sand is that color also. I want to change that. All right. Okay, let's go back one and put another color stop, and then we'll have the sand brown. Okay, the only thing that I need to worry about is this green here is tied to the first palm leaf, whatever it's called. So you have it there, and then you start a leaf. So I want to isolate that also, and then we're ready to move them apart. And again, if somebody knows a better way to do this, this is just, it's just kind of what I did to fix it. Okay. So here we go. If we go like this and we see the density, you see right in the middle is super, super dense. I also did work on the tree trunk, but the biggest issue was the middle of these. And so let's go ahead and get it back to normal. Whoops, too many times. You just keep clicking on that. And then let me go ahead and find this one. And I'm just going to hit my right arrow and move it away from the center some. There's this one. I'm going to lift it. This one, let's lift it a little bit. Let's go on to this one. Lift it just a little bit. And then in the end, I'm going to have to make sure that something is covering the center, or otherwise I'm going to start having a gap. There might be a little gap right there. But I can have this last one cover that gap. And you would want to fix your design before you make, let's move it up a little bit. You'd want to fix your design before you make your scatter fill. Now, because these are all different colors, that looks a little weird. But when we turn these all to green, I think it's going to look okay. So let's turn them to green. If you don't know how to do that, you just click on it. It shows the color here. Click on the color and then turn it to green. So I asked you guys a question and then I didn't even watch to see. Palm leaf is what we've always called them. Thank you. Move your, well, Faye, I couldn't figure out how to do that. I don't have I don't have enthusiast and I don't have density repair. And oh, Stacy, your power's off. Then when I was researching it, it said because, you know, when I got it, it was just a DST file that I wouldn't have that option. So I was trying to figure it out and I couldn't. But Faye, if you know how to, I would love for you to do a short little video and send it to me so that I'm doing it the right way and not this clunky way. That's what I wanted to do, because I know it's because they all start and stop there. I wanted to have start and stops, you know, maybe here. It wouldn't really matter. But somewhere other than that center. Okay, where's my crazy colors? There we go. And when you don't know better, you just try to problem solve. And this is what I ended up doing. Okay, so let's look at the center. And it is much less red in the center. Now, the biggest part of the red is because of that tree trunk, because whoever designed it kept going over the top. Can you copy the design and save it to a BE? Cheryl, yes, I did. I did save it as a BE also. And then I looked for stitch editing, which I don't have because I don't have enthusiast. And so I was trying to do a workaway. Faye, you will send it. I would love, even if it's a short little video that just shows me the mechanics of how to do it, that would be wonderful. You're ready to learn embrilliance, embroidery, and brilliance. Awesome. Would the density repair kit help that issue like the sports design? I also tried density repair in my Embrilliance demo account, and it helped a little, but it still was not good. It still was not good. I really feel like what Faye was saying is what I need to do. I need to figure out how to start them and stop them, not right there in the center. Because let me go ahead. I think I've shown you everything I was going to show you here. Let me close out of that. I've already saved a fixed file. We don't want to end the stream on accident, but let me go ahead and get that off. Okay, so the first time I stitched it, I just did it on a spare, like when I really mess up a shirt or they're old or whatever, I'll cut the excess fabric off of the t-shirt. If they're not shirts, I would give away. If I can give them away, I just give them away. But if you look at this, I don't know if you can tell, but it is really pooching out there. See how thick it is there? It is super thick there. And then if you look at the back, look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Okay, you see it sticking way up there? That's where they started and stopped, and it is super thick. And it just makes the shirt not lay correct. Hopefully you can see right there. It is all tucked in. So anyway, I did what I could to fix the file the way I could figure out what to do. And then I made the rhinestone template to go around it. So if you're a member, I will be putting the rhinestone template in a community post or a members post that you'll get. And yeah, it is a cute design and you could use it. But what you'd want to do is take everything into silhouette and make sure they match up right. So let me show you that real quick. You have that same, whoops, same, oh, tool cart, yes. So this is a knockoff one from Harbor Freight. This one I got from Home Depot. This was less expensive, and I love both of them. They're almost exampled. Yes, and very dimpled. Very dimpled. So let me show you. Let me go ahead and go into Silhouette Studio. And this is going to be my video tomorrow. 2 videos tomorrow. One on how to stitch it out and add the bling. A second video on how to design this. Still in, okay. So where is my Silhouette Studio? Let's see. Where are you? And I'll show you real quick. Kind of part of it. Maybe use that's a good idea. A thinner thread on those. Hey, Tanya. Okay. So this is my video, or is that actually Silhouette Studio? Okay, yeah. So we're not going to save that. Let's go ahead and open it from scratch. Hi, Diane. Welcome. Okay, so I'm opening it. Let me go ahead and share my screen again so you see it. How do I share it? Where are you? Where are you? Now Silhouette Studio's in the way. Okay, add it to stage. There we go. Oh, Visionary Creations, thank you so much for gifting those memberships. Let me see if I can get into the live so I see who got them. Or if anybody wants to just tell me, that's okay too. But let me see. Let me see. And also, I have not looked to see if Demps is coming on tomorrow. If anyone knows, let me know. Okay, there we go. All right. Jay King, welcome. Marlene, welcome. Lily, Pop Love, welcome. Oops, I just covered over. Pooh Bear, welcome. And Craft Addict Wendy, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Stippin' Crafts, Brandy. Hope your thing went well. She had a poll out on what to work on tomorrow, so you assume she will. Awesome. Hey, Penny. Okay, so let me go ahead and bring this up. Let me make sure that worked. Okay, so first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and bring in the design. So I'm going to go right up here to File, click on Merge, and then let me bring in the one that says it's fixed. And it has to be the stitch file. You can't bring in the BE file. So I'll say OK. Oh, I didn't even click on design yet. Is that going to work? Okay, it brought it in. And then this is not one piece. So let's go ahead and select everything, and then let's make it a compound path. Okay, so this is how you can take an embroidery design and make a rhinestone scatter pattern around it. Now, did I bring in the right one? Did I bring in the one that said fixed? I hope I did. But now let me go ahead and bring in the file. So I'm going to click Merge, and this time I'm going to bring in the rhinestones, and then make my screen larger. And let me see about changing that to a darker color so we can really see it. I don't know how long that's going to take, because trying to manipulate embroidery files in here can take forever. So I don't even know if that's going to work. But if you put your rhinestone design around it, you can see whether it's going to fit. And so this rhinestone scatter fill, or scatter, whatever you want to call it, was made based on my what I consider fixed file, and all these leaves were spread out a little more. So if you don't fix your file, it would still fit it, I'm sure. Let's bring in the messed up one. It's just you might have a little more room around the leaves. Okay, so let's bring in the original one. And let me move this out of the way so I can select all of this and then make it a compound path. Okay, keep going, keep going. And this can happen when you are working with embroidery files in Silhouette. Okay, so that's the non-fixed file, and the scatter effect still fits around it beautifully. So even if you bring in the file from Creative Fabrica, ooh, those colors are kind of pretty together. Those are kind of pretty together. If you bring in the file and you don't touch it and you live with that it has a dimple, or you know how to fix that dimple in the middle, and you're a member and you get this, it's going to work for you. Okay. All righty. Now, who did I miss over here? Hi, Marlies. Hey, Winnie Lane. Watching with interest. Thank you. All right. Hey, Mary. All right. So let me go ahead and remove this. And then now we're going to do our freestanding lace earrings. So I'm going to add this stage. And notice that I still have the cover off, because my issue when the thread was coming out, when it was breaking, all that stuff had to do with me not having the thread through the loop in the take-up lever. So I've been leaving it off so I can make sure it gets in there. And since then, it's been perfectly fine. Okay, so to do the freestanding lace earrings, I've never done them. I've never practiced them. So Cheryl, I know you have. Gail, maybe you have. I'm not sure. If I start to mess up and do something wrong, let me know. But let me go ahead and move this. I don't want to make you sick, so I'm just going to do this. Uh-oh. Sorry. Because I need to get my stuff hooked. Let's move this out of the way. Gail, I didn't see what's going on, but I hope you get better, or whatever's going on. I hope it resolves itself. And I'll have to check back on that later. All right, so I have, this is called, whoops, Fabrisolvi, and it says it's fabric-like water-soluble stabilizer. And if you are in Patrice Craftable Things school, oh, you guys can't see my face, but that's okay. Welcome, GL2507. Welcome. Thank you. If you are in Patrice's, I have to move this. If you're in Patrice's school, she was showing this yesterday. We had our first lesson on embroidery, and it's a lot of really good basic information. And she made a little pamphlet for us to remind us about basic things. But I've had this now for a long time. I've never used it because I haven't done freestanding lace. But this is what I think Lena Dole Crafting is who told me this is what I would need. So let's go ahead and open it up. Now, Cheryl or anybody else, when you've done this on a single needle, we're doing it on the single needle. My multi-needle likes 2 pieces of stabilizer. On a single needle, do you just put this down there, or is there something else that you put on? I assume it's just this. Hey, Nicole, Precious Pieces. I should have watched a video. I usually watch YouTube videos, but I didn't even know I was going to do this until 40 minutes before the live or so. So I'm going to cut out one piece. And with this being water soluble, which I should have water in here and I don't, you can dip your earrings in water and it's going to detach them from the water soluble stabilizer. So maybe I'll call Tim in a little bit and ask if he'll bring up something with water in it. I hear him downstairs. Okay, nobody's saying I'm doing anything wrong, so I'm going to keep going. We'll figure it out together. Okay, this is a hoop that came with my Poulin EOC06. Now I have to remember how to do it. Because when I first started, I had it backwards. I had like this on top of this front piece, and then it was sticking up in the air. Well, your stabilizer has to be flat on the bed of your machine. So it needs to go there. And then on the Poulin, you have little marks. And there's one here, there's one here. And that's how you know how to put the hoop together. So I'm probably going to have to loosen this up a little bit. Also used a layer of water-soluble topping. Oh, that's a good idea. I do have some of that. Yes, agree with 2 layers. Okay, so I'm going to do this and then one of the water-soluble toppings. Or just 2 layers of this. I don't know. It's here. It's handy. Let's go ahead and use it. Although, I have a whole lot more of the water-soluble topping than I have of this, so I'm going to get that. Okay. Now this is a water-soluble topping that is thicker and has slight texture than the other that I had, which just felt, oh, look, I have one cut, which just felt super, super, super thin and flimsy. And so let's go ahead and use this. Oh, Bondi Creations, yeah, track practice. So I don't know if there's a specific way I'd want to layer these. Let's put this one on the bottom. Then let's put this one on. And add this. You've never used a topping? Oh, and I know you've done freestanding lace. All right, so let me go ahead and tighten this up. Then I'm going to take some of the slack out. No, no, no. Okay, no, no, no. Faye says no, no, no. What? No, no, no. Faye, tell me what you're saying no, no, no about. Should I be using 2 layers of the other stuff? Or did I layer in a way you would not? Jennifer, I don't know. I don't think just the water-soluble topping would be a good idea, because this, the stuff you're supposed to use, it is like fabric. The water-soluble topping is just like thin plastic. I've made many freestanding lace things. Okay, so Faye, tell me what you would do. Yes to 2 layers, or yes, change the order. I asked too many questions without giving time to wait and see. 2 layers of the white. Okay, thank you, Cheryl. All right, let's cut another layer of it. I should have bought the big roll. Of course, considering I've had this for a long time, how'd that work? It's almost perfectly in 2. Just the 2 layers in the hoop. Okay. Because there's not much that comes in this little bag, but if I don't use it very often, I don't need. Okay, 2 layers. So Gail, you use water soluble to do yours. And I'm scared to press this. It has those seams in it. I'm scared to press it, that the heat might do something to it. So let's just keep going. Thank you guys so much for helping me. Hey, Fern, because like I said, I've never done them, and I didn't watch videos, which I typically research, but I didn't. Okay, so let's put this down where it should be. Go ahead and take it off the side of my table so I can screw that little screw in, little thumb screw. And then, unlike usual, because I don't usually stretch, what's in the hoop. especially like stretchy things like t-shirts and such, because you don't want to overstretch it and then you take it out of the hoop and you have puckering. But with this, I'm going to go ahead and try to smooth it out. Always water-soluble layers. So I think you're saying if you use water-soluble, use multiple layers, or I'm not sure. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let me tighten it just a little bit more. And did I already move my design over? I didn't, because I wanted to wait so I could show you. All right, I am going to remove this so that I can get it moved without causing seasickness. And let's put it over here so you can see my screen first. I don't know how well you'll see it, but you should be able to see it some. Hey, Melody. No topping. Okay. I also cut the stabilizer around the design and either dip in water or use Q-tip dipped in water to go around the edges. Thank you. Yeah, that's true. I guess you wouldn't want to put the whole thing in there. That'd be real gummy. All right, so let's add this back. And I need to put my little zip drive on the side and make that a little larger. All right. So on the side, it's where you put it in. And so I have the little cat thing that I did. Was that just last week? Seems like a long time ago. So I want to go to pattern. And down here, it says USB pattern. So I'm looking for something on my USB drive. Now you see the one with the 3. Remember, I used the color stop to get rid of that necklace one. So I want to click on this one right here. And then I'm going to move to config or configuration. Here I can select my hoop. So I'm going to click on hoop, and I need to change it from the medium size to the small hoop. And then I'll say save. Then I go over here where it says EMB for embroidery, and to get it into the embroidery status, I have to click on ready. If I wanted to, I could select my colors. I'm using white because I only have a white bobbin. Well, that's not true. I think some bobbins came with this that were other colors. Or is that my Smart Stitch? But anyway, I have mine ready for white thread on the top and a white bobbin. So I am going to say ready. And let's go ahead and get the hoop on. Jennifer, that's a good question. It's a fair question. What I think is, for freestanding lace, there's a lot of stitches that are going to be really close together. This stuff that I'm using, the Fabric Solvi, it is like fabric. And so with plastic, so many stitches close together, it can want to like fall out or loosen. But this is more of like a fabric feel, even though it is water soluble. And Cheryl says plastic topper is more, yes, for fabrics with nap like towels versus the mesh type of water soluble for FSL. Okay, thank you. Yeah, I use them on towels, sometimes on really fluffy sweatshirts even. And it sometimes depends on the thickness or the thinness of the design. So if it's a thinner design and I really want to keep it on the top, I might use it, whereas I wouldn't use it on the same blank if it's a thick design. Okay, so now, let's see, pressure fits up. Let's go ahead and get this under there. You can lift it a little higher to get it under there. There's a couple little notches right here, and there's a metal bar in there because it's locked right now. So to get it onto these pins over here, you have to unlock it. That opens that up. So we'll go ahead and open it up, put it on, make sure it's tight. It is. I put my presser foot down. And now I can hit start. And then let's just hope for goodness to come from this and that we don't have issues. All right, press start. Okay, I see thread moving. We're in action. Now, it is going to be hard for you to see because it's white thread on white backing. It's sort of the same concept like tearaway versus cutaway stabilizer. Thank you. The plastic would more likely fall apart with the dense FSL designs. Thank you, Cheryl. I figured that's what it was. Thanks, Faye. Let's see. All right, so while that's stitching out, I'm going to try to lift that big box up here and look at this new sublimation oven that comes with a vacuum press. And I didn't even know when we can put videos out on it. I just got it within the last 2 days ago, 3 days ago. And thank you, Eva Marie. And then I saw that Angie Holden put out a video today, so I'm like, well, I guess I should be doing a video, but I can't do a video until at least mid next week. Unless I can cram it in tomorrow before we leave. But we're leaving in the morning, and I'm not an early morning person. Also, can you guys hear me? You know, I hate to do embroidery lives because of all that noise. Hey, Dimps. Dimps, we were talking about you earlier. I don't know what your poll, Kristen said you had a poll up. I don't know what the outcome is on what you're going to do tomorrow. Are you coming on at regular time? 9:30 Central, 10:30 Eastern. You can hear me. Does it now sound like I'm yelling? Because I am. Yeah, it probably is, Cheryl. I've never turned on noise cancellation, but probably is. Okay, so it's a sublimation oven. I don't know if I can carry it over here. Let me see. If I can get it out of the box, it's a tight squeeze. Okay. Don't worry, that was just the box falling to the floor. So it's a sublimation oven. And then inside here, you can attach a vacuum thing. Let me look. Okay, let's just take all this off. Okay, so in the back of this, I haven't used it yet, but in the back of it, you see that round thing? That's where the vacuum tray will attach. So let me get this off the table. And it must not be too heavy because I'm old and weak and I can lift it easily. All right, so in this box, so Cheryl, you could use it for The oven, you could use it for tumblers, mugs, bowls, cups, flat stuff. Sublimation of what? Now, when I'm doing tumblers, I prefer using a tumbler press, but when I do the video to try it out, I will do, you know, a tumbler inside there. But let me see what I'll paint with it. And Cheryl, are you familiar with sublimation? I could show you a few examples if you're not, but if you are, you don't need to. Okay, let's see. Dimps told us. Oh. Okay, so D said the results came up and it was close. You're familiar with it somewhat? I do a lot of tumblers. Well, I used to. I haven't done so many recently. But let me grab some so I can show you. Do I have one earring done? Oh my goodness, and it's cute. I don't have my earring hardware in here. Okay, so these are sublimation tumblers. And they start out white, and then you print out of a sublimation printer using sublimation ink, and I always use sublimation paper, but some people use regular paper. I've tried it, I didn't get great results. And that's a sublimation tumbler. It says Mom. And I am the queen of tape, so I actually have pretty good results on my tops and bottoms, which is where you can have issues. And that one says Blessed. This one, I grew up, my mom had a poodle. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Renee. Hey, Sylvia. When I was growing up, my mom had this poodle. We had two dogs. One was a rescue, and one wasn't. One of them, my mom saw an ad in the paper for a free dog. It was a Shih Tzu. And she drove by the address, and she saw it tied up. And she came home, and she was crying, and she called my dad. He's like, just go get the thing. So we had a Shih Tzu, and we had a poodle. And so I just thought that was cute. We had a black poodle, but this is what I found. Probably on Creative Fabric. And then here's another tumbler. It's a Halloween design. So you can do tumblers, you can do coasters, you can do phone cases. Matter of fact, this is sublimation. It's probably dusty. This is one of my favorite pictures ever. It was my niece's 30th birthday, I believe. And she was a humongous Michael Jackson fan. And so the theme was Michael Jackson. And this has been, oh goodness, 10, 12, I think, more than 10 years ago, probably 12 years ago or so. And have you guys seen the Michael movie yet? We went last week and it was very good. Great music, excellent dancing. But anyway, that's sublimation. And it was just a canvas from the Dollar Tree that I put sublimation fill on. Now some people will use the lamination folder thingies. They're thick. My lamination film is thin. And so you can sublimate on lamination film. It doesn't hold the colors well. Excuse me. I have sublimation blanks for earrings. I didn't bring my tea up here. My decaf tea. Lots of things you can sublimate. Okay, so with the oven, if you're going to use a blank that you want it to stretch around the sides, like phone cases or coasters that you can get at Michael's that you can sublimate on the side. Oh, you saw it, Nicole? Yes, it was so good. So good. I was sad at the beginning, though. I knew that there was a lot of pressure, but and you never know how accurate a movie is. I knew there was pressure. I didn't dream it was like the pressure that they were inferring. Okay, so it comes with some film. The film is if you want to do something that it will stretch over in the vacuum. And go check out Angie Holden's video if you're interested in learning more about it before I do a video in another week. And then this is the vacuum tray. It's an insert that goes in the oven. And then I showed you that the thing in the back of the oven. When you push this in, something right here attaches to it. And then see, this is the hose that when the compressor starts, it's going to suck the air out and it's going to make the vacuum press come down onto your item. This is nice and heavy. And so your items go inside. What you see here is if you're doing something that requires a jig, like a phone case, because if you don't have a jig, which is going to hold up the phone case, then that phone case would just crush and you wouldn't get good even pressure. Okay, I don't know why it doesn't close. I'm sure there's something I need to learn about this. But it's not closing all the way, so I'll deal with that later. And gloves. Oh, okay. So this is going to go around the inside of that tray to seal it. Because to have a good vacuum, you have to have a good seal. So I have to put that in for certain things. I don't know what those are. I haven't read anything on it yet. I don't know if this goes on now or if that's just a replacement for that thing in the back of the oven. Screwdriver. Some little Teflon sheets. You use these to cover some holes when you're not using that jig, I believe. Thanks, Penny. Oh, thank goodness it's done. Some more fabric, a whole silicone something, and then let's see what's in here. Okay, so these are just, it's a hole punch, because when you put your film down over the holder, you mark where you need to punch the holes, and then the film sits down over these little pins to keep it real stable. So I don't know. I haven't read on it yet. I saw Auntie Holden's video. Well, I kind of saw it. I was getting ready for my live, so I was kind of half watching it. But, you know, she always does a great job on detail. And so anyway, there's also a metal tray in there that's probably going to hold something up. And then that's it. All right, let's throw all that in there. Set it to the side, and I'll think about that when I get back from my wedding. But here's a tray that goes inside. So this sublimation oven, you can use it just as a regular sublimation oven, or you can put the vacuum tray inside and sublimate on things that would turn out better if you have pressure going down on them. Okay? All righty. So we are done. And they look good. Okay, so I'm going to do what was suggested. And I should have done about 4 pairs of these in there. Patrice! Thank you. Let me see who got those. Hey, CC, Sassy CC. Member for 14 months also. Awesome. Oh, in honor of my twin's birthday. Thank you. Okay, let's see. Thank you, Patrice. You're so sweet. Eva Marie. Whoops. Come back. Eva Marie, Gail, Tanya, Marge Roach, Toby, SLB, Pink Pink Pinky, Shay Shay would love you. Of course, I love pink too. McCloud, Andrea, and Shelly Maker. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. And Patrice, thanks again. Okay, so next time I would definitely do more than one pair. Or I would move it, leave them hooped, change out the thread, do another pair, so on and so forth. But we're not going to worry about it tonight. So I'm just going to cut these fairly close so I don't need to worry too much. Let me see if I can get Tim to bring me up a little bowl of water. We'll see if he answers the phone. You know, I don't speed dial people. Well, I do some people. But people that if I'm in an emergency and I need to know their number and I don't have access to my phone, I'm like old-fashioned. Hey, do you mind bringing me a bowl of water?
No. How big of a bowl do you want?
Just a regular, like, cereal bowl size. Okay. And literally just an inch of water in the bottom. Okay. Okay, thanks. All right. Water coming up. Now, what I don't know, like Chris Calavo, she will sew parts of her stuff together. I don't know if I could sew this together and use it again. Of course, I wouldn't stitch over where the stitches are, but I might be able to do that. Chris, if you're in the bushes, what do you think? I know, Patrice. I have him working. Your 7-layer salad friend. I think I hear him coming. Oh, that's right. Chris's birthday, too. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Mm-hmm. All right. Use water-soluble threads to do that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess if I wanted to stitch over them, I could do that, too. I hadn't thought about that, but I bet I could stitch these together and just, you know, work in the corners. I don't know. We'll see. You could sew it, and it doesn't hurt to stitch over the stitches. Oh, Tim, Sharon says hi. I don't think he heard me, Sharon, but I will tell him after the live. Okay, I'm going to cut a little bit more of this off because there's no need to have all that gummy. Of course, my hands will be gummy. I'm going to use tweezers. And Bobby says hi. Sharon, he's been talking about that. It's been a long time. He was giving somebody a hard time for not getting a video out. And then one of his other friends looked and said, it's been however many months it had been, or weeks or whatever, since you've done a video, Tim. Now, about how long does it take for this stuff to come off? And do you have to put any, you know, friction against it, or does it just do it on its own? Do you have to rub it? It's been a real long time. Let me know. Do I need to rub it? No friction. Okay. Because it's still not free of all the stuff. Okay, it's getting there. I'll just swish it around in the water. Now, It'd be nice if I had a paper towel here with me. I didn't think ahead. Oh, nice. Those are really cute. Just let it do its own thing. Okay. Quit playing in the water, Marilyn. Let me grab a paper towel. They're just right in this other room, right behind me, or in front of me, behind the camera. And the temperature of that water was just, tap water. Just, it wasn't hot, warm, it wasn't cold. It was just what comes out of the faucet. Okay, just until it dissolves. Oh, the warmer the water, the quicker the melt. I see. Yours comes off as you're dipping it. Oh, I'll bet if you're using that other stuff. Yeah. This is a little more hardy. They do look cute. Looks like I have a little bit of trimming to do at the very top where the thread started or where it tied off or something. Those are nice. Those are nicer than I thought they'd be, to be honest. Because when you're watching videos, you can't see the fine details. Alrighty. Just trim off. There's just a tiny little thread. The very top looks like there's two tiny little threads up there. I don't want to get so close that I, change the integrity of the earring. Sharon, have you ever made anything freestanding lace? Now that I've done it once, I'm like, cool, I want to do more stuff. Those are cute. Now, I like big earrings. So maybe, maybe I would stitch out the necklace piece twice. I have bigger earrings because I don't wear earrings that often. But when I do, I want them to show. Oh, good. You have the stuff in your Amazon cart. Cool. Let me find what I did. I'll put my link in here. If you want to use it, gives me just a tiny bit of revenue for my channel. Okay, let me go to my orders and find it. I know the word salvia is in it. There it is. Let's see how much it is. Okay, $7.61. Says I ordered it in December of 2025. So for $7.61. Now this, it doesn't get delivered quickly. It's not going to be delivered quickly. This one is 20 inches by 36 inches. And then, like I said earlier, Patrice had a roll of it. Well, I don't know if I said Patrice had a roll, but when she was showing us during school yesterday, she had a roll of it. So let me look at the roll. Let me see how much the roll is. You have everything and haven't done it. Yes, have to have a matching bobbin. You have 4 pairs that I'm sending to a friend in Richmond. That's so nice. Okay, let's see. Let me just search them. Fabry Solvi. I just bought the small amount because I didn't know if I'd like it, and I didn't want to have a whole roll. Here's a roll, 7.87 inches by 9 yards, so 36. Wait, 9 times 3 is 27. 27 feet time plus at almost 8 inches wide, which if you're using smaller hoops would probably be a nice way to go. It's only $12.49. That's what I should have got. Here is 12 inches by, well, I can't see. Let's see. Measurements. I don't know. Doesn't really tell me. Now, if I look on the roll itself, it probably would. But that one for $12 that was 27 feet long, that looks like a good thing. But you can always find other sizes. Thanks, Patricia says, please remember to hit the thumbs up button. Thank you. Haha. Sharon, try it. I'll bet it's still good. It feels like fabric, you know, so give it a try. I'll bet it'll be fine. Which Solvay did I use again? I used the Faber-Solvay, like I put the links in. I got the small one for $7 and something. But this is only 20 inches by 36 inches. You can get 8 inches, which would be a good size for a hoop, by 27 feet for $12, or closer to 13, I'm not sure. But here's my earrings. And I would assume that once they dry, maybe you can press them to keep them really flat. They're not bad now. But here, hold on. I don't have the prettiest of nails, so we're not getting my fingers up close to the camera. Here, we'll just set these things on things. We'll set them on things and show them that way. Okay, there they are. Look at them. They're so cute. I love these. And it's polyester thread, so maybe I could even sublimate them, but I don't think it'd be a very even sublimation because, you know, there's texture. Cover them and lay some weights on them. Excellent. That's a good idea. Thank you, Cindy. This is when you really miss Joanne Fabric. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Okay. So what did we do? I showed you how I tried to fix this design, but Faye's going to show me a better way. She's going to make me a little video and send it to me so I know. And if I could figure out on a purchase design how to change the start and stop points, I think that'd be ideal. And even if I need to buy Enthusiast, I've been thinking about it. So that would be okay. You can just show me how you do it. I do have Stitch Artist 1, 2, 3 and Essentials right now. So if there's a way to do it with those, that'd be ideal. But if not, it's okay. Let's see. I'm going to post the rhinestones for the channel members. I'll do that tonight. We kind of looked at some of the stuff for the oven. We made our freestanding lace earrings, although they're not earrings yet because I don't have hardware in them. But they're very cute. Very, very cute. I wonder if that's still some of the gunk on them. Oh, I think I could still get some of this off of here. So maybe I'll do what Merlinda was talking about. I'll just put them under hot water and get the rest of that off. But anyway, that's all I have for this evening. Metallic thread, that would be really cute. Carly Bella has a great video on Enthusiast. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, guys. All right. I'm going to be at a rehearsal dinner tomorrow night and at a wedding on Saturday, so I may or may not get to pop into Patrice's live tomorrow night. I think their dinner starts at the same time. Well, it starts 30 minutes after Patrice's live, I think. So I might be in there for a little bit. Yeah, I think Metallic would be great too. Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you guys for being patient with me. This is the first time I've done it. I should have watched videos and I didn't, but you guys walked me through it and it worked out just fine. So tomorrow morning, I think Dimps is coming on. I'm not sure if it is 9:30 Eastern time, 10:30 my time, but show her some love and some support if you can. She does some great things on her channel. Let's see. Have a great night. All right. Thank you guys for being here. I will be back next Thursday. And until then, I do have the video of this, how I made it, and then a separate video of how I designed the scatter fill. Those will come out tomorrow. All right. Thanks again, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.